Hi everyone! This week we're going to practice more complex sentences. First, let's review. Which sentence is a compound sentence and which one's a complex sentence? I am very hungry, so I will cook something to eat. Correct, it's a compound sentence. Why? It has an independent clause and a second independent clause and a coordinating conjunction or fan voice. Remember, independent clauses are complete sentences. I am very hungry. This is a complete sentence. Before I get hungry, I will cook something to eat. This is a complex sentence. Why? It has a dependent clause. Before I get hungry, this sentence is not finished. It's incomplete. That's why it's a dependent clause. It's followed by an independent clause, and it has a subordinating conjunction and a comma in the middle. So these are compound and complex sentences. Let's talk a little bit about the sentence structure. With complex sentences, you can actually change the sentence structure. You could say, before I get hungry, I will cook some lunch, or I will cook some lunch before I get hungry. You can begin with the dependent clause and the subordinating conjunction, and then have a comma, and then follow it with your independent clause, or put the subordinating conjunction in the middle. You could begin with the independent clause and then follow it with a dependent clause. Hangry. What does this mean? Basically, it's the word hungry and anger combined. So hangry is being angry because you are very hungry. When I am hangry, I can't work or talk to anyone. How could you change the sentence structure? Correct. I can't work or talk to anyone when I am hangry. Last week I mentioned the different subordinating conjunctions, and we focused on 5 of them last week. This week we'll focus on 3 more subordinating conjunctions: although, even though, and if. Here are some examples of complex sentences with these 3 subordinating conjunctions. Although chips are not healthy, I love to eat them. Or I could change the sentence structure. I love to eat chips, although they are not healthy. So what does although mean? Although is very similar to but. In a compound sentence, you could say, chips are not healthy, but I love to eat them. This sentence has the same meaning, but it's a compound sentence, whereas these 2 are complex sentences. We use although to show contrast. Although chips are not healthy, this is something negative. I love to eat them, and this is something positive. So I'm showing contrast. Even though I don't like broccoli, I eat it for my health. I eat broccoli for my health, even though I don't like it. Even though means the exact same thing as although. They have the same meaning. And also it has the same meaning as but. I don't like broccoli, but I eat it for my health. The last one I want to show you is if. If I eat fruits and vegetables, I will lower my cholesterol. Or, I will lower my cholesterol if I eat fruits and vegetables. If sets up a condition. If this, then that will happen. The last thing I want to talk about is verb tenses. Please pay attention to the verb tenses in complex sentences. They are very important. I'm going to go over present, future, and past. Even when something is hard, I always do my best. What are the verbs in this sentence? Is and do. They're both simple present, and this sentence expresses a general truth. Even when something is hard, in general, I always do my best. This is what generally happens. Number 2. Even though this is hard, I am doing my best. What are the verbs? Is. This is simple present. Am doing. Present continuous. This sentence has a different meaning. It's talking about right now, at this moment, I am doing my best. In contrast to the first one is talking in general, whereas the second one is, it is right now, so I'm going to use the present continuous. We also express future tense in complex sentences. Even though it is hard, I'm going to do my best. What are the verbs? Is. This is simple present. Am going to do. This one's future, or I could say I will do my best. So when you want to talk about the future, you need to use the future tense in the independent clause. We also use the past tense. Even though it was hard last week, I did my best. We have was, which is simple past, and did, another simple past verb. So please pay attention to your verb tenses when you're writing these sentences. For homework, I'd like you to practice using although, if, and even though. And I'd like you to write the sentences both ways, in 2 ways. So you're going to complete these sentences on Canvas or on a piece of paper. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in Zoom this week. Take care. Bye.